badasses. Welcome to the fucking yoga company. Yoga for the rest of us. All of the benefits. None of the yoga bullshit. There's a lot of other bullshit here. There's no yoga bullshit. No fitness bullshit. Just my bullshit. Oh, except... Well, we'll see how this works. I need to adjust... Never mind. You don't need to know. If there's a little dip in the corner of the camera, that's because it's recording my shelf. I changed the angle of the camera, and I'm gonna move it down a skosh is what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, this is Pilates. So my name is Julia, and so even though this is a yoga channel, yoga video, yoga company, fitness company, I don't know. This is Pilates. Yeah, don't mind me. I've been having some little personal struggles. I would say crisis, but you know what? Compared to everything else going on, my personal struggles are not a crisis, and knock on wood, we are privileged to have the resources and the opportunity to fix them. So that's what we're in the process of doing. We're in the process of doing it. You know how when you fix one thing, and I think I wrote this in the post, particularly in yoga. I'm gonna go with a yoga metaphor since I'm a yoga instructor. Often when I'm working with clients one-on-one, or when I used to work with you in a group in class, personally, clients would come to me with a specific problem, a specific pain. And we would do what we needed to, right? I would create a system or a plan to address that particular problem. And then when we solve that problem, it generally allows or moves up the chain to we discover a new problem, right? We discover that the problem that we were having in one part of the body was caused by something that was happening in the other part of the body. And usually it has to do with the hip, or maybe even the teres minor, the subscap. There's all these things, right? Because the body is a cohesive work together unit. Shh. Same goes for my tech. So we solved a problem that we thought we were having by doing this new camera setup, which I'm actually starting to love. It's a little clunkier. The workflow is a little more challenging. But the video is a higher quality. The sound we need to fix a little bit, but that's all right. And I can do some moves in this room to make me more comfortable. That means if I'm more comfortable in this room, I will be on the mat more often, more consistently. I'm going to clean up my desk setup. You can't see my desk setup, but it's inside the closet because this room is 2 feet smaller than it needed to be, than it should have been. Stupid fucking people. Anyway, so we solved a problem with the camera, and like we do in yoga, I solved a problem maybe in here, and then I noticed that up the chain there was this more significant problem. And that is what has happened. My computer, which is almost 6 years old, no longer has the capacity to do what I need it to do. And it's been frying. There's these external disks. It's called an SSD. I don't know. I think it's a disk. It's a hard disk. Is it a hard disk? Or is it just a data? I think it's just a big data container. We added those to help the computer limp along. But the computer now can't. It's been frying them because it doesn't have the power to support them. So I've lost all of my videos, which is super fun. Hundreds and hundreds of videos. So my husband's in the process of backing up from a system that we call it's called Backblaze, all of my data, fingers crossed. And that means that my laptop doesn't have the capacity, because it's also almost 6 years old and it's a laptop, to process the videos either. So please, I'm going to post. Please be patient with us while I actually had to get a new computer, which fucking hurt bad. So I just had some minor setbacks, personal issues that I've been struggling with on top of that. And like I said, knock on wood, we have the privilege and the position and the opportunity to solve those problems. So we're doing a little fix to see if it will serve me better than a bigger fix. That being said, the videos are going to be delayed, even more so. Sorry, but I am recording them, so woohoo! Good on all of us. Let's do some Pilates, because Pilates hopefully will help us stand up straighter so that we can, when these challenges come our way, we can face them. There's going to be a post. I can post, I just can't process videos. So anyway, Pilates. Let's do it. We're just going to start. I'm going to do a combo platter here. I've got some things. I am going to be working with a ring of fire. You don't have to if you don't have one, but I am going to be using a big ring of fire and a tension band. I really wasn't into these until I went to a physical therapy, and then I got them to do my physical therapy exercises, which are just a lot of modified Pilates exercises. I'm really liking them. So I bought them, and now I'm using them. You don't have to, but I think mine were like $12. There's 3, light, medium, heavy, right? I'm using the light one, and they're pretty small. They come in this bag, right? So they don't take up a lot of room. I've been converted. I'm converted to the value of these tension bands. I like them better than just a tension band because they're enclosed, right? They're comfortable, and they don't, a tension band, which I do have some spring weights that I want to get on my springboard, which now has been delayed again. I had to delay that because of the camera, and now I'm delaying it because of the computer. Fuck! Anyway, there will be a springboard on the wall in here. Because with this new camera, I can change shit. I'm so excited. It just takes time, right? It just takes time. All right. So I will be using my tension band. I will be using my ring of fire. You don't have to use this. You could go without it. You could, if you actually have a stabilization ball or a kid's beach ball. I still have not inflated this one. It's been on my list to do for a while, inflate this. You could use this, and I'll show you how. Stabilization ball. You can see it needs to be inflated. Or you could use a pillow if you want to feel that squeeze, like a throw pillow. I'm the queen of the throw pillows. You can ask my family. So we're going to start on our backs, and we're going to do some roll-ups. We're going to work some bridges. I'm going to use the tension band. We're going to do some single leg lifts. Then let me see what I can't see for shit without my glasses. Then we're going to do some single-legged arm reaches, stretches, right? Single leg stretch with the arms. We're going to do a hamstring pull. I don't know if we're going to do a rollover prep, but we're certainly going to do a corkscrew. And that's going to happen with the ring. And then we'll do some boat twists with the ring. And we'll see where we're at. I think that's about 8 things. I think that's what we have time for, 8 things. We're going to do some reps. You ready? Here we go. We're starting on our backs, and I'm going to add my tension band before we even get there. Yes, I need to put it on the right way because that's I have some, it's probably not OCD. It's probably called, I don't know, something else. All right, so I'm going to go feet on the floor. Scooch those heels a little closer to the glutes. Little rock of the shoulders, open up. And I'm a little wider with this tension band. If you're not using the tension band, you don't have to be this wide. But I want to put some tension on the tension band. That's the whole point, right? So my knees are a little wider than fist width. I'm just feeling slight tension on this band. I gotta fix my clip position. We're gonna let's pull the pelvic floor up and in, scoop the low belly, belly button, ribs, open up those shoulders, and tuck the chin. That's our Pilates zip up. Now you can hear it in my breath. I'm only breathing into my chest and I'm breathing out. Tiny breaths, because I'm engaging the core, I'm engaging the diaphragm to help me. And your diaphragm is one of the major, it is the major breathing muscle that helps draw open space for your lungs. I really should refresh on how the diaphragm works for breathing. Anyway. And I'm going to open my arms up into cactus. Wow, I have a mess over here. You can probably see it now with this camera. Inhaling to prepare, and exhaling, just pelvic tilt. Scoop and draw the hips toward the ribs. Inhaling. So I'm not squeezing my glutes. I'm hollowing out the belly. I'm not really pressing into the heels. I'm just drawing. Wow, that's a weird word. That's that W-I-N-G. I'm drawing my hips up through the power of the core. My glutes are as relaxed as I can get them now. You know, you might feel a little tension there. But it's really about rotating the hips. So I'm rotating the hips with my core. And I'm holding for a beat into this pelvic tilt. I'm checking in. Pelvic floor, low belly, ribs. Each time I hold for that pause, I'm clicking, I'm going to double check and draw everything up and in. Two more. And one more. And release. Just rock the hips side to side. Already starting to feel that heat in the low back. That's what happens when we do this work. All right. Pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs, tuck them down, little tuck of the chin. Relax those shoulders open. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're taking our tilt and we're holding. I'm just inhaling and exhaling. Double check your zip up. Relax the face, unclench the teeth, and release. All right, that feeling that we just created, all of those activations all the way up in our upper body core, we're going to add. So then I'm going to add a knee lift. So I'm going to add a deeper contraction, and then I'm going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That's the movement. Then we'll switch. I'm going to roll up, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and roll down. And then we'll switch. All right. So I'll walk you through the first couple of rounds and then we're going to do our set. So inhaling to prepare, exhale, inhale, exhale, lift the left knee. Now it can be a shallow lift. Come down and roll. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. There it is. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. There it is. Each pause, I want you to double check your pelvic floor. I want you to scoop deeper into the belly. I want you to check those ribs. Now, I'm relaxed in my arms. They're resting on the mat. I fucked up there. Don't pay attention to that. Don't press into the upper body. So you noticed I could lift my arms up off the mat. All of the energy is in this space between the hips and the chest, right? Inhale, exhale. Left side. Unwind. Right side. Almost did it again. We're working asymmetrically. If we were working symmetrically, we would be doing both legs at the same time, which is what my brain wants to force me to do. But I want you to hold, control that lift and lower, and then unwind. Let's do 4 more. 4. 3. 2. Feeling this in my hips. Feeling it in my glute med. That's the transverse abdominis. And release. Woo! Take a rock at the knees to one side. That's the transverse abdominis activating with those muscles. Hoi, hoi, hoi. All right. I'm going to tuck my knees up and rock into seated position. I'm going to take a drink of water. Okay. Need my glasses. I'm going to check the next 2 exercises. Pelvic tilts. When we did bridge, then we did the knees. Now we're going to do should we do the corkscrew first? No, let's go ahead and do. Okay, so we did that part. I'm going to move that out of the way. So now we're going to do, I'm taking off my tension. I'm going to grab my ring. But first, let's do our single-legged stretch, and then we'll do our hamstring pulls, and then we'll do our corkscrews, and then we'll do our side leg lifts. I'm actually going to use the ball for that one. I'm sorry, I've got to change this playlist. I did calming instrumental covers, and I cannot. Like, I just can't. Blech. We'll see. I'm not sure if I like that one any more than I like the other one, but let's do it. Right? What are we doing? We're going to do our leg lifts. So I'm going to grab a blanket because we're going to be leaning into our sit bones. Little rock side to side. I'm just coming to the edge of the mat. Little extra cushion. I do this because I'm on a yoga mat. Yoga mats should not be squishy. That's the only time I'm going to should on you. I would prefer that your yoga mat was not squishy. That's really hard on your ankles. These are not your ankles. It's really hard on your ankles and your wrists. So my yoga mat is fairly firm. Doing Pilates on a firm mat is kind of painful. It's deep in the bones, right? All right. So I'm going to bring my feet up. And I'm going to I'll show you what this looks like first, and then we're going to do it. All right. We're going to start with the upper body. So little lean. We're going to inhale and exhale. Bring the arm out and then down and out and then down. And then we're coming forward. And I'm feeling this all the way already in my hip flexors. It's because my hip flexors are the stronger muscles and my core is being challenged. My core, because muscles are lazy, they like to shift the work directionally. My core is trying to shift the muscles into the work into my hip flexors, which is why I'm going to start feeling that burn up into the quads too. So I want to go deeper into the core. That means shallowing out the tilt or taking a lower sweep of the arm. We'll do a set with the arms only, okay? Then we're going to do a set with the legs. Lift and lower. Lift and lower and come up. Those are single leg stretches. And then we're going to work a set with both arms and legs. We're going to work across the body. So when we go left arm, we're going to go right leg, and then we'll go right arm, left leg. All right? Those are the 3 sets. Arms first, legs second, combo third. Here we go. If you're feeling super hard in those hip flexors, you can take the soles of your feet together. That's going to be a lot really challenging on those adductors. There's just no easy way to do this round. Okay? So sitting up, relax those shoulders, pull the pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button, ribs, tilt back, inhale, exhale, lift, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, down and forward. Remember, if you're feeling activation in those hip flexors, immediately come up with the body just a little deeper. You can go forward and then go here. I want form over factor. Is that what I want? I don't know if that's the correct phraseology. This is 4. Now, if you're feeling your shoulders, shallow up your lift, right? Move within your range of motion. I'm going to come up. Just a little tilt. And release. Woo! Take a quick break. Oh my goodness, hip flexors. I was moving a little fast on that last one too. Slow it down. Little shimmy of the shoulders, relax the neck, tilt the head to one side, tilt the head to the other side. Really try to keep your neck relaxed. Keep all of the energy from the chest, right here at the top of the pecs, down to the knees. That's the energy level we need. Okay. Legs. We ready for this? All right. Coming on up, I'm going to take my gentle tilt. I'm going to press out and in and out and in. Ho, ho, ho. I got an emergency release. I got a cramp in my hip. Oh, flexor. Woo. Okay. You okay? We'll see if I can get through this round. That was 1. Yowza. All right. Single-legged stretch. Coming back gently. I'm going to come back and I'm just going to press out and in. I'm lowering the energy here to keep it in the core because I tried to lift a little and that's just shot a cramp right up into my hip. So let's keep it long and low. When we get stronger, we'll be able to lift a little higher. Modifying the shit out of this to keep my cramping out of my hip flexors. I want it right here. Two more. Whew. And up. Holy Toledo. I was really working against those hip flexors. Woo, woo, woo. All right, now we're going to do both. We can do it. We can do it. All right. Pelvic floor, low belly, belly button, ribs. Take a gentle twist back. Nope, tilt back. Lengthen the left leg, reach the right arm, and up. I find this a little more less challenging because I'm activating my core a little bit more with this length of the arm. Left arm, right. I lost my coordination there. Oh. Oh. And up. Hi, Chihuahua. How are you doing? That might leave a mark. Ooh, I have tight hips anyway. All right, those were our... All right. We're going to work hamstring pull. Are we going to work a hamstring pull? We are, but we're going to use a prop because I don't know about you, but man, my hip flexors are not happy. So hamstring pull. Let's work on this. Hamstring pull starts up, comes down to the mat, and then comes back up. But we're going to use the Ring of Fire or a strap. We're going to switch left foot, right foot. Okay? So I'm going to start on the left foot. And the reason this is called the hamstring stretch because I'm stretching my hamstring. I'm sitting up as straight as I can. My arms are nice and long. My foot is dorsal flexed. Okay? Scoop the belly in. It's very hard for me to activate my pelvic floor in this position. So, do the best you can. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We're rolling down in control. Inhale. Exhale. Now this is the tricky part. I'm going to bend my knee as much as I can to take my leg out of the work. I'm going to roll up here. There's a moment of pressure into the ring as we draw the body up and release. I'm going to switch. Right foot. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, I'm rolling down with the power of the core. I'm going to push against the ring to control the movement. Stretch. Inhale. Bend the knee. Exhale. Same thing happens. Lengthen the leg. Lift and lower. Switch. I'm going to slow this roll down. No thumping, no rocking and rolling. All the momentum comes out of it. Bend the knee. Scoop the belly. Consider this a big sit-up, but I'm using the leg to take the momentum out of it and take the strain off my low back because I'm going to go deeper into the core. Rock up, rock up, rock up. And release. I like this one because it's stretching and it's work. And so the fatigue is balanced. Now you're going to start feeling fatigue when you get stuck right there. Push gently into the foot and use that leg to support the work of the core. Now it might not feel like the core is getting fatigued, but it is when you can't rock up or down without thumping or without getting stuck. This is co-concurrent work. We're activating the whole entirety of the core, which means that there's less fatigue on one specific part of the body that we're working. Right there is where I'm getting fatigued. My knee. Did you see my knee try to snap into lock? We have 4 more. Well, after this. And that's it. I'm starting to get fatigued. If you're already fatigued, try to give me 2 more with a deeper bend of the knee. Oh, something just popped. But keep the movement slow. Try to rock out of it. Try to take the momentum out of it. Keep the rocking out of it. 2 more. Keep that belly scooped. And down. Oh, I'm getting stuck. And release. Woo! Oh, that's a great one. I'll do that one more often. Because the work is distributed, so we're not feeling that burn of fatigue as much as we're feeling the body go as a whole. So we just worked the core from the knees to the top rib, right? Beautiful. It's pelvic lumbar rhythm. But I'm calling it, that's also C-O-N, current work. All the muscle groups of the core were working together with their rhythms. So we're not pinpointing, right, that burn that we often do when we're working in yoga. So we just did that. Oh, let's come back. That was a hamstring pull. We did our rollover prep a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to skip that one and we're going to go into our corkscrews. Now, I'm going to move my Ring of Fire off to the side and I'm going to use this stabilization ball. If you don't have a stabilization ball, you can stick with the Ring of Fire. I also have a small Ring of Fire, which I could use. Because I'm going to put it between my ankles. But I'm going to use this stabilization ball, mostly because it's kind of squishy. And I'm coming down to my back. Again, if you don't have any of these things, if you don't have any props whatsoever, okay, you can, let me hold on to this ball before. You can press the inside of your feet together. Just make a little hollow. I could make a big joke about that, but we're just going to keep our knees soft and press just the ball of our foot and the heel together, just to activate the inner thigh. This is all about adductor activation in addition to the core work. I'm going to take my blanket and put the edge of the blanket right under my sacroiliac joint. So from the hip bone, the top of this pelvic cradle, down, because I want to support this imprint. Both legs are coming off the mat, so we want to support that low back. All right. Oh, and it's feeling fatigued. You can bring your hands to the ribs to remind you to tuck. You can bring your hands to the hip flexors. You can bring your hands up here to cactus, as long as you're not pressing your upper body into the mat. I'm going to stick with my hands on my rib cage because I'm less likely to press into my arms if I'm just resting them at this delta sweep. Pull the pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button ribs. Inhale, exhale, bring the knees up. Inhale. All right, we're going to corkscrew. We're twisting, 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 down, twisting, 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 twist. So I'm rocking and rolling with pressure on this ball. And I'm turning my whole entire, I'm rotating my knees and my ankles rather than just rolling this ball between my feet. Now, the ball is rolling a little bit. Actually, I'm going to stop that because I think I'm not stabilizing. All right, take a rest. Whew. All right, I did that. I was out of control on that one. And the reason I was out of control, the reason I know that is because the ball was rocking and rolling. I want you to move your knees and ankles together. Right? Stabilizing with the core here. Let's do another round. Pull the pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button ribs. Tuck the chin, relax the shoulders. Inhale, bring the knees up. All right, we're going to rock. Oh, there we go. More in control. But that means my rotation is smaller. If I'm losing control of the ball, I'm out of stabilization with my core. Think about it as, come on everybody, let's do the twist. And come down. Whew. And we don't do a big long one set of those because it's a lot of work. We're going to do 3 sets. This is our last one. We do 3 sets of 8 because it's a lot of work. It's a strong exercise, strong energy exercise. Just taking a minute to rest. All right, pull the pelvic floor up and in, low belly, belly button ribs. Inhale. Exhale, bring the knees up. Here we go. There's a gnat in here. And rotate down. And release. Whoo! Oh, inner thigh. Woo, woo, woo. All right, we're going to rock up. And I'm going to take a drink of water. Here's what I love about Pilates. We have 2 more exercises and then we're going to stretch. I'm going just a tiny bit short today. I have an appointment. Got to get to. All right. You know what? I'm not going to shit on myself. I did get up early this morning and my day just took a little longer this morning. Just took a little longer. That's perfectly okay. I'm asking y'all to give yourself, actually we have 2 more exercises. So maybe we are on time. I'm asking y'all to give yourself a little more room, a little more grace and kindness. I'm going to give myself that grace and kindness. Okay. Now, again, I'm going to be using the blanket as a cushion because we're going to go to our side and my hip is going to be a little digging into this mat just a skosh, right? So get yourself comfortable. Make sure there's no lumps in the blanket. I am going to use the stabilization ball. You do not have to do that. You can just press the inside of your legs, the inside of your feet together to get that activation of the inner thigh. We're going to go into our banana shape And the reason we're going into this banana shape is to take that pressure off of the femur, the head of the femur. Okay. Do I want a little cushion? I'm going to just lay my head on the block. It's not incredibly comfortable, but it's keeping my head in alignment with, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab this bolster. Let's just use this damn bolster. It was expensive. I don't particularly love it, but I'm going to use it. There. The bolster is tucked into my cervical spine. Keep my head hopefully in good alignment. My arm is comfortable, at a comfortable angle. I'm going to rock slightly back because I want to come off the femur head. I'm in that little dimple of the glute med. I've got soft bend in the knees. Squeezing my feet together or putting pressure on the stabilization ball. I'm engaged. I can feel this all the way down. I'm already there. Inhale, lift the feet, and exhale down. Nope. Inhale, exhale. Take that arm out of it. My arm was pressing into the mat. Keep the knees slightly bent. I'm right here. 4, 3. You can be tiny. 2 right here, and 1. It could be so low. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, I'm just gonna swing about. You get to just roll over to the other side. Maybe I should have just rolled over to the other side so you can see what my back is doing, but you know what? Taking the ball between my feet. This is what I hate about this bolster. It's that fucking zipper. The zipper should be on the end. I'm going to write them a letter. I'm going to write them another letter. I'm going to write them another review. I like the buckwheat. It's a buckwheat bolster rather than a cotton batting one. It's not going to compress, which is what I like about it. It's heavy as fuck, so I mean, I wouldn't travel around with it. Not that the cotton ones aren't heavy. Rock back. This is me procrastinating. I'm going to activate right here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Got my arm bent because it was pressing into the mat. Okay, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Woo! Coming on up. All right, I'm gonna come to hands and knees and do one more exercise. Then we're gonna stretch. Here's what I was talking about. This zipper is all long ways along the side of this bolster, which means there's only 3 sides you can use. There's only 2 sides of this bolster you can use, right? I gotta either put the zipper down on the mat or on one side, and you often roll into the zipper. It's a fucking pain in the ass. The zipper should be right here. It's not gonna hurt anybody there. Then you have the whole bolster to work with. So this is what I, and those the Gaiam cotton bolsters do that. The zipper's on the end. So there's no fucking reason for this to be like this except for laziness. That's what I'm going with. And those were not cheap. Those were an experiment, but they were not cheap. And I'm using them, but I do not like them. Sam, I am. And every time I use them, I'm reminded why I don't like them. So. All right. You know what? Oh, hell to the yeah. You know what? I'm going to make a new cover for this bitch with a zipper on the end. Not that I don't have enough things going on in my life or enough extra time on my hands, but I could pull this cover apart and make a pattern and put the zipper in the end. Ha ha ha! But I am going to write them a terrible review. All right. This is me procrastinating this last exercise. You guys ready? Y'all, are y'all ready? Oh, I said that. Okay, shake this out. Apologize for the male bias. I'm an old lady. It's really sometimes hard for me to, my brain just, no, you know what? My brain just clicks into automatic, and then I say that. Okay, I'm on hands and knees. Heels of the hands are out in front of my body, soft in the elbows. I'm going to bring my knees a little narrower together because I'm going to rock up and tilt back and then roll in. I'm going to rock up and tilt onto one knee and then roll in. I'm going to rock up and open. It's kind of a side plank, but it's not quite a full side plank. I'm going to lift and collapse, contract. I'm going to lift and contract. I got to get myself reoriented. That's the only problem with the leggings. Sometimes they slip and slide. Lift and contract. Lift. I guess you could do this on your forearm. I think it would be hard. Let's do it on the forearm. Let's check it out. Oh, you're going to be solid in your shoulder though. Lift and contract. No, I can't do it on my shoulder. We're doing 2 more and then we're switching sides. Lift and contract. Lift and contract. All right, left side. Whew. Shrug out of the shoulders. This was a rough one. Maybe we should have done this one earlier in the flow. That's all right. All right. Lift. I guess it is a side plank. And then I'm contracting. Watch your energy in the shoulder. I'm feeling my shoulder. Slow it down. Getting a cramp in my foot. This was halfway. 4. 3. 2. Oh, you know what I'm going to love? 1. Oh. Wiggle the toes. Widen the knees, widen the ankles, take a little fold. I'm just excited about a couple things. They just popped into my head. All right, number 1, I'm excited that I got my ass on this mat. Could have, real quick, said, fuck it, and posted a video. Well, actually, could I post a video? I don't have to check my laptop. Oh, I think I could have posted an old video. I just can't process videos on my old laptop. Hopefully the new laptop. Sorry, we're going into Ecopado Ustrada single-legged camel variation. I took my left foot forward. I've got my foot warmed up so that I am stretching into my hip flexor on the right side. And then I'm lengthening, taking a gentle stretch in the hamstring. I'm going to stretch forward. Take a little rock into that hip. And then stretch forward. We're going to do one more time. And, right there. And a little length. Okay, I'm going to switch. Rocking the right foot forward. Okay, pressing, into that hip. Gentle length of leg. You know what? I gotta fix this. I can't listen to gentle covers of pop music because my brain wants to identify it. And so I'm not focusing on my exercise, but I'm trying to identify the music. It's like Name That Tune. That I just dated myself. We did used to watch Name That Tune on television. I can't remember when it went off air. You know what would be super fun right now? It is part of the Pop Culture Jeopardy name, that tune. Oh, and length. Woo! All right, I'm gonna widen my knees and touch my toes. I'm gonna come back. I got some adductor stuff going on. That's actually not gonna work for me. I'm gonna go to seated. Let's go to seated. It's not gonna work for me because I don't have my blanket in the right orientation. Lengthening the legs. Nice wide angle. There we go. I'll move my stabilization ball. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I'm just super excited about changing this room a little bit. Take a tilt of the body over to one side. The other thing we can do is we're going to move part of the studio downstairs. Actually, maybe I'll move the whole studio downstairs, and then I could actually put a desk right here so I could look out the window. That would be lovely. And then that closet would be a closet. Although then this room would not be usable as a spare bedroom. But we'll see. Because building a separate yoga studio and an office right now does not seem, it's not the top priority on the list. Bring the soles of the feet together. I'm going to rock myself a little forward into the heels. Pressing the forearms into the knees and taking a bow. Lengthening the legs and taking this forward fold. Oh, excuse me. Hey, my name is Julia. This is the fucking yoga company, Yoga for the Rest of Us, and today was Pilates. We did it. I did it. I'm very proud of myself for plopping my tushy on this mat. Thanks for subscribing. Grace and kindness. I mean, dig deep, people, dig deep.